Hello students, welcome to the class. Today's lecture also is on chapter 4 and I'm gonna finish it and also just wanna revise it, the full chapter. So just stay with me. Okay, let's continue the chapter. Um, I hope that you just practice all the topics I just finished. I think you are with me, and also you are practicing the questions which I delivered to you. And I am in this today's lectures. I'm just I just want to recall it, and I hope that you will revise it, and also because this chapter is very much important, and the information in the consist of this chapter is very much uh, uh, very much common for MCQ question. In previous class where I finished, maybe it is the okay, basic principles of cooperative society. That means what are the basic principles? The main principle or basic core principle, you can say that the unity is strength, or unity is the basic principle or main principle. There are several other principles, like equality, uh, uh, principle or ethics of cooperatives to cooperate, among others, trust, faith to trust and faith, democratic value and principles. Those are the other principles which a cooperative society just follows. So, if the question occurs that what is the main principle of a cooperative society, just say that it is the unity, or unity is strength. This is the main or core principle of cooperative society. Okay. The next topic: problems and prospects of cooperative society in Bangladesh. Problems, obviously, in our country or in the context of our country, there are several problems which facing the cooperative society, but this is very much important for this country's people, because 80% people of our country are just engaged in different type of occupation, like agriculture or village based profession, so that they are not very much rich, or they are not very much affluent, they and also they are deprived of some basic needs and necessities. To remove these problems, or to remove this deprivation, the cooperative society is very much helpful to them. But also it is what which I can say, that it is very much problematic also, because in the context of our country, there are everything, there is very much chaos in every sector of our economical activities. So if you want to set up any business, if you want to set up any organization, or if you want to set up any form or any committee, you will face a different type of problem. And the first and foremost problem is that there is very much corruption in this country. So problems and prospects of cooperative society in Bangladesh, if you say, obviously there are some problems. Uh, if we consider the socio-economic condition of our country, we shall find that 80% of our population is engaged in agriculture and village-based various profession, which I said that means farmer, labor, weaver, fisherman, blacksmith, potter, and various types of small and cottage industries like bamboo, cane, pottery, shell handicrafts, and various types of sole proprietorship business such as groceries, tailor, pharmacy, etc. Most of them are from small and low income group of the society, and they are deprived from various social benefits and facilities like education, healthcare, living condition. It is not possible to overcome these difficulties solely. So on the other hand, the farmers and agriculture in this country could not contribute to the fullest extent because of primitive cultivation method, shortage of capital, quality fertilizers, scarcity of seeds and pesticides, and small pieces of land. They become victim of deceit from various intermediations because of lack of unity, cooperation, trust among themselves. Cooperative society is the most suitable place for this type of different groups of small and low income farmers, laborers, and small traders for the development of their socio-economic condition. So they can also contribute for the economic development of the country. There are many cooperative society has been formed after the independence, which has enabled those groups to develop their own condition as well as to development of the economy as a whole. But this is not sufficient comparing the society and country. Um, Everybody, especially the young generation, must be encouraged to be engaged in cooperative society with the help of government assistance, suitable training, and use campaign on mass media. That means there are problems which cooperative society is facing, that it is the um, lack of opportunities, lack of capital, lack of materials, lack of other facilities. Also there are in the chain of marketing, there are many more intermediate mediations, and for that reason the producer, or you can say that the first man or producer are not gonna get the proper wages or proper benefits. So intermediations or these middlemen, for these middlemen there are there are very much deprivation is their producer, farmer, or what you say, weaver, fisherman, blacksmith, potter. Those are the persons who are low income group are facing this deprivation because of these many more middlemen in the marketing chain. So to avoid or to eradicate these problems, or to eradicate the middleman problem or middleman this deprivation problem, so cooperative society is must for our country. In the after independence there were many more cooperative society was formed, but according to our demand there are no there are much more there are no much more cooperative society in Bangladesh, and that's why young people should be encouraged to form the cooperative society, and so that they can the low income group and middle class middle income group can get all the benefits which rich people can get. So this is the total scenario of cooperative society, you can say that. And in our country it is very much needed. It is very much needed, and government assistance is must also. Suitable training, proper campaign, huge support, these are the best things what we can do for the cooperative society, because according to using the cooperative society theme, we can balance the society's class discrimination. So this is very much important. Okay. In this chapter, last contest is state enterprise. State enterprise, that means the enterprise which is from the enterprise, or you can say that the business organization or companies which you say, the which is formed, operated, and controlled by the government or by the state are called state enterprise. That means government owned, government controlled, and government operated business are called as state enterprise. The owner of this state and enterprise is the government or state. This kind of business can be established by the state. For the necessity of the state, business formed in other criteria can also be converted into state enterprise through nationalization. Normally, state enterprises are established to ensure industrialization, employment generation, controlling money and banking system, proper uses and distribution of all the assets including natural resources and public welfare in some specific sectors. Besides, state enterprises are also formed and operated to control arms factories for the safeguard and security of the nation. At present, in all the countries of the world, there are some state-run business operated. That means to develop the economy of a country, or to you can say to develop the industrialization, employment generation, controlling the banking system, money system, proper uses and distribution of natural resources or assets, public welfare. Those are the things which can be controlled by the state, and through formation of the state enterprise. And also another important sector, arms dealing, that means defense sector to what you can say, to free from all the outside invasion. Arm is necessary for the defense sector, and these arms dealing or arms factories, those are the state enterprise, cause state or government control all the dealings and all the activities related to the arms. So this is for these reasons state enterprise is must. Characteristics of state enterprise, you say that it is formed by the ordinance of the head of the state or passing bill in the national parliament. This type of business can also be formed by nationalization by state ordinance. That means any private limited company can be turned into state enterprise by turning it into a national by the nationalization process. So state enterprise is formed by the ordinance of the head of the state or the passing bill in the parliament of the national parliament. This is the first this characteristics. Second, the ownership of the state enterprise belongs to the state. That means government is the only owner or state is the only owner. This type of business is formed under specific law and has legal and separate entity. That means state enterprise has also the legal entity or separate entity. That means behaving like non-person, and also get the status of the get a status and get the power to control any deal, or to transfer money, or to what you can say, to legal activities, to take legal activities for other person, against the other person. So these are things can be happened by the legal entity or separate entity, and a state enterprise has its legal entity or separate entity. Like other business, the objective of state enterprise are not earning or maximizing profit. Public welfare or public service is the first and foremost priority for the, or you can say the major objective of the state enterprise. That means earning profit is not the objective for the state enterprise. The state enterprise's objective is, or main objective is, public welfare. The profit of this business are deposited to the government treasury. That means all the profit gone to the government treasury and spent for the public welfare. For the success or failure of the state enterprise, the government is accountable to the parliament. That means if it is successful or it is failed, the government should government has the accountability to the parliament. So this is the characteristics that is state enterprise owned. In Bangladesh state enterprise, there are several type of state enterprises. After getting independence on 16th of December 1971, the new government nationalized many personally owned factories, commercial, financial and insurance business with a view to form welfare-oriented, equitable and fair state. That means after the liberation war, the new government formed different type of state enterprise to develop the what you say scattered or what is a devastated economical condition of the country. So so state the new government formed state enterprises, and many state-owned enterprises has also been established, and also they make the existing factories, commercial or financial businesses into turned into a state enterprise, and also form new state business. So it is for just only for the one just for the only one reason, that was the economical development of the war devastated country. There are several state enterprises. Here is the list. First one is Bangladesh Chemical Industries and Corporation. Chemical industry, it is controlled by Industry Ministry. Bangladesh Jute Mills Corporation, it is also controlled by Ministry of Industry. Bangladesh Electricity Development Board, Fuel and Mineral Ministry. Bangladesh Bank is controlled by Ministry of Finance. Bangladesh Road Transport Corporation, it is controlled by Ministry of Communication. Bangladesh Railway also controlled by Ministry of Communication. Bangladesh Tourism Corporation, Aviation and Tourism Ministry just control it. Bangladesh Biman, Aviation and Tourism. Bangladesh Inland Water Transport Corporation, it is also under the Communication Ministry. Bangladesh Textile Mills Corporation, it is Industry Ministry. Bangladesh Telephone Industry, Telecommunication Sector, under the Telecommunications Sector. Bangladesh Machine Tools Factory Gazipur works under the Bangladesh Air Army. Bangladesh Television, it is Information Ministry. Bangladesh Betar also works under the Information Ministry. Titas Gas Transmission, it is controlled by the Ministry of Fuel and Mineral, and Jibon Bima Corporation also controlled by Ministry of Finance. So this is the end of the chapter. First MCQ question: which one is the most ancient and popular organization? You know that it is the sole proprietorship business. When the crisis of faith rises in partnership business, if the deed of agreement is not written, that means number 2B. Following to change their lot, the women from Rasulpur formed a cooperative society. They borrowed some money from local NGO and started to make handicrafts to sell into the city. All their products are damaged while one of their members incurred accident at the time of carrying them to the city. As a result, they faced huge loss, but they remained together and their development work continued. What is the type of cooperative which mentioned in the above para? It is the uh, uh, it is the poor people, or you can say landless. Okay. uh, what is the reason for the success of the cooperative? Faith on each other, mentality of cooperation, democratic mentality. Yes, all of three are the answer. Okay, now creative question. First one is Abid, the eldest son from a lower class family who lost his father when he passed SSC. As a result, the burden of the family was imposed on him. This is why his education came to an end. In this circumstance, Abir opens a tea stall at Kaliganj bus stand to start his professional life. What is the main objective of sole proprietorship? Sole proprietorship main objective is earning profit. Explain one point of difference between partnership and sole proprietorship business. One point of difference, it is in sole proprietorship business the owner is one person, but in partnership business the owner is two or more than 2 person. What will be the longevity of average business? Abir's business longevity is not very much because the owner is one person. It is only Abir, and if Abir feel that he doesn't want to continue the business, the business will be shut down, and another another context or another perspective, you can say that if anything happened to Avir, like any type of accident which can be responsible for Abir's disability, or which can be reason for Abir's death, then the sole proprietorship business come to an end. So you can say that the longevity of the Abir's business is not very much, because of the one reason, that is the owner of sole proprietorship business is just one person, and if anything happens to this owner, that means the business will come to an end. Considering the type of business organization, Abir's business is less risky but has unlimited liability. Give your opinion in light of the above para. That means when we read the sole proprietorship business, there is the things that our sole proprietorship business is very much easy to form and less risky, because there is no need to much capital, and for because of less capital, there the risk is also less. But one disadvantage, what it is that owner has unlimited liability, because the owner is just one person, and if any type of losses or any liability happens, the owner has to carry the all the liabilities, and if it is needed, then he or she has to sell their personal properties to meet up the liabilities. So that's why these are the things you will find out in the para of sole proprietorship business, and you will relate with the stem and write down on it. So this is the answer of number 1. Number 2, Nafis and his 4 other friends set up a food processing factory on the basis of deed of agreement. Nafis and his 4 other friends. So this is partnership business because it is based on the agreement, deed of agreement. The demand of their products is increasing day by day because of the quality of their products, but business expansion and modernization is hampered due to shortage of funds. So they changed the type of their organization and started to work at a large state in the name of Nafis and Friends Company Limited under Company Act 1994. Within 2 years, they opened 2 branches at divisional level. That means at first it was the partnership business, but when they want to expand their business, they turned it into a company, private limited company. How many types of business organization are there? There are 5 types of business. In a sole proprietorship, liability of the owner is unlimited. I already discussed it for the D number answer. So liability of the owner is unlimited because my owner is one person, and since it is the one person controlled or one person's formed business, if any losses happens, the person or the one person or only person owner has to pay all the losses and all the liabilities. In fact, the owner has to sell their personal property to meet up the liabilities. So liability of the owner is unlimited because the owner is just one person in sole proprietorship business. What is the type of Nafis and his friends business? At first, the Nafis and his friends business was partnership business, but to expand the business, it was turned into they turned it into a company, private limited company. Number D, by changing the organizational form of Nafis's business shall contribute to the economic development of the country. Well, it is now obviously when it is large, when it is turned into a company, private limited company, that means it is very much huge business organization, and where capital is used, where profit is used, and also contribution to the economic development of a country is also used. It is also getting generating employment opportunities for the many more people. So you can say that for these reasons, the contribution to the development, economical development of the country is very much easy for the private limited company rather than the partnership business. So like that you will evaluate the statement and relate it to the stem. Just do it, and you will finish it the just one line, with one line just finish it up. So this is the answer of the creative questions. Okay. Then the chapter is done, and this is the one of the biggest chapter in your book. We already finished it, and I hope you will revise it and also practice all the questions, and it will be helpful, or it will be easier to understand the chapter. So see you in next class. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.